Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. I know it's a busy part of the week. Monday is always the first part of the week, and you got a lot of things going on. Probably more important than just coming and listening to some guy pontificate on a webinar. But I am glad that you showed up, and I promise you, regardless of where you're at in your financial life, in your career, I want to bring value to you tonight. I promise you, everyone on here is going to walk away with information. And not only that, I want to put something in your hands just for taking your time, for being here. So I want you to get paid for your time. I don't believe in wasting people's time because it's the only thing in life that you're given that you can't ever get back. So I promise you, if you'll hold on, we're going to go for about 30 minutes. I'm going to show you some strategies, some ways that you can grow and monetize your time, your life, and enjoy your financial well-being. Because the whole presentation tonight is how to win the race to financial freedom, because I truly believe that poverty and money problems is not necessarily a work problem or job problem, but a thinking problem. So I want to help you and give you some just tidbits of information of stuff I've learned over the years that you can start implementing tomorrow and start making more money, and also give you some things that you can put your hands to right now that's going to take your financial well-being to the next level. Because money doesn't buy happiness, but it sure does help guard against the things that causes unhappiness. Okay, so it's not the be-all end-all. I'm not teaching that you should love money even, but I am saying that it is a very important part of our lives. It's a very important part of what makes us tick. I think we were all created for a special purpose and a reason that we're here on planet Earth, and the quicker you can grab a hold of it, the happier you are going to be. And when you're happy, the people around you, your loved ones, everyone is going to benefit from your contentment in finding that purpose, that plan that you've been created for, and grabbing a hold of it. And so tonight I'm going to show you some tools, some strategies. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, why I'm so passionate about people finding, something that they can do and grow their income, grow their financial freedom, protect themselves regardless of what the economy is doing. Listen, I have survived an terrible financial downturn. I'll get into that. Some of you I've exchanged emails with. I know that times are hard right now. You probably are having the hardest time. Some of you I've spoken with today even are having the absolute hardest time you've ever had in your financial life. And I hope not only to bring you some encouragement and hope tonight, but also some strategies of how you can start moving forward right now, making money. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Before we get any further, can't talk, got a little tongue tied there. I want to do a quick giveaway. If you will go to my website, which is terrywilson3.com, in the top right hand corner at terrywilson3.com, you're going to see these icons. Press on the Facebook icon. It's going to take you to my Facebook page, and then you're going to see that banner right there that talks about our webinar tonight, how to win the race to financial freedom. All you have to do is click on that and share that with your friends. And when you do, I'm going to send you a link that's going to give you a free gift. And so that's all you have to do. You don't have to say anything, don't have to come up with any cliche. Just share it with your friends. I'll get a report of who shared what with their friends, and I'll email you through Facebook a little link to give you a gift. Okay, so I want to get that in your hands just for coming out tonight, and also not only listening but engaging. So if everyone that does that, you're on the call tonight or you've heard this recording, all you have to do is go there, find that icon that says how to win the race to financial freedom, and I promise you I'm going to send you a free gift just for taking the time to be here tonight and engaging with us. And so if you're listening in your car, I know a lot of you guys listen to webinars through your smartphones or something, or you're listening through a podcast, maybe even recording. Just when you get to a computer, go to terrywilson3.com, top right-hand corner, click on the Facebook icon, find the banner on my page that says how to win the race to financial freedom, share that, and if you don't see me respond within 24 hours with a link for a free gift, send me an email and say, hey, Terry, where's my free gift? Because I promise you, if I didn't get it out to you, it wasn't because I was trying to ignore anything. It's just I totally didn't see the report. So get that and I'll get you a gift out, okay? So what I want to share with you, the number one secret to finding financial freedom is doing what you love. If you're in a job right now, if you're in a career path right now, or you've been in one and maybe you're in transition, let me encourage you to do something that you love, because life is too short to be, chasing after money. Chase after the things that you love. Chase after the things that brings contentment. Chase after the things that really gives you a sense of purpose and will get you up in the morning. And I promise you, I've seen it happen for me, several of my clients. Money will follow you. Money comes after people that are productive and are happy, okay? If you chase after money, what's going to happen is you're going to be in a career path. You're going to be doing a job. You're going to be doing something that just makes you miserable. And by you being miserable, a lot of other people around you are miserable, which makes for a terrible existence. And quite frankly, the money doesn't come in as easily as it should. Listen, when I lost my business, I went into a career that I really didn't like so much, but it was the only thing I could find at the time just to put food on the table. And I understand there's seasons like that, but the overall goal here for you is to find true happiness, true contentment with financial freedom, winning this race. And the way you're going to first do it is just you're going to find something that you love to do it. And I'm going to give you some ideas tonight that you probably didn't even know about. And for you guys that have been reps with me, I'm going to show you some ideas I haven't even told you about. So it's going to be an educational time for all of you to be able to start doing the things you love and getting paid for it. Okay, that is so cool. That is so cool. And the other thing I want to talk to you tonight is how to earn money from home. There's not a person I've ever spoken with that does not want to earn money from home. Now, a lot of people say, well, Terry, it's not necessarily I have to work from home. I just want my own career path. I want to own my own destiny. I'm tired of being in someone else's job place, making them money and not reaping the benefits and the rewards for myself. The John Lee Dumas of Entrepreneur on Fire, if you don't listen to his podcast, I encourage you to, even though I want you to listen to mine as well. But he says something real quick. He says, if you're not busy working toward your goals and dreams and aspirations in your business, then you will find yourself working for someone else's goals, dreams, and aspirations. Because there's only two ways to make money in life. Either work for someone else and making their dreams come true, or working for yourself and making your dreams come true. And I always put from home or how to earn. I could just say how to earn and it would be fine. But most people say, well, do I have to drive? Do I have to do this? I mean, what's all entailed? And if I can show them, listen, with the new economy, with telephones, internet, and the way things are going, more and more even traditional brick and mortar businesses are outsourcing a lot of their work from people that will work from home. And why not? I mean, I spend half my day in pajamas, eating Cheerios and answering the phone and talking. And I will tell you, I have fun. I enjoy working out by the swimming pool, and you'll listen to some of my podcasts every once in a while, and you'll hear kids playing in the background. You'll hear the swimming pool and the splashing going on, or you'll hear things going on at the park over on the golf course on the other side of us. And the reason being is because we get to work from home. I get to enjoy my life with my 5 children and beautiful wife and earn an income. I want to show you how to do the exact same thing, because I promise you, it's not because I'm special. Anybody can do this if I can do it. And also, I want to show you how our reps are earning money, and I want to show you why some of our reps don't. Listen, I'm going to be very honest with you guys tonight. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to take money from you, okay? I am here to sell you one thing. Let me back up and punt. I want to sell you on the idea of this. Do something. Okay, you don't necessarily have to do it with me. Do it with someone else. But I feel like if I pump value out in the universe here, if I give away good content and I give good vibes out there, I'm going to get mine. I'm going to get the coming back. Whether you do anything with me, someone else will. Okay, so don't worry about it. So just relax. If you think, who is this guy? What is he doing? What's he after? I'm not after anything other than this, giving you great value tonight and showing you there is a pathway, there's a strategy, there's a methodology to winning the race and gaining your financial freedom. Okay, so I want to show you just some case studies, if you will, tonight on how our reps earn lots of money. Some of them 5-10 grand a week or a month, based on what level they're at. And then others, I will show you and just be very honest with you. Been in our system 2 or 3 months, hadn't made a dime. Okay, it happens, but it's not because the tools don't work. It's not because the strategies don't work. It doesn't because listen, I've been doing this for years, making good money, several people. So it's not that. It's just getting those pieces in place, getting the right mindset, and not just hearing the information and seeing the information that we give you, but actually acting and executing on it. So I want to show you that tonight. And I'm also going to show you and talk to you a little bit about my story. And the only reason I do that is not to hear myself talk or even talk about myself so much. It's basically because I have learned anybody can say anything on the internet. And so I'm going to just tell you, I'm a real person. I do business under my real name. I've got everything out there on and so, I am so, I guess, frustrated, maybe too strong of a word, but I am just a little bit miffed and aggravated with the internet marketing world and space because of this. Tons of people are getting burnt. They are. There's charlatans out there. There's snake oil salesmen out there. They'll say anything, do anything to get people's money. And what happens is the good people like me and some of my reps who are actually in it to try to help people. Yeah, we want to make money, but we also want to help people. Well, we have one or two more hurdles to jump over before we can gain rapport with anybody because they've been burnt so often. And so I want to just sort of share my story and tell you why I believe and see things the way I believe and see them. And maybe you can relate. And maybe if you're on your comeback, like I had to make a comeback, you can relate to that. Because I believe it's important for you to understand that this is not just some idea, strategy, or something I've cooked up overnight to try to come up with a new business. I've been doing this for years. And then the last thing I want to show you tonight is how and why you should work for yourself. Okay? How and why you should work for yourself. So my story, how did I start? Well, real quickly, for you folks out there that have heard my webinars and podcasts before, I don't want to belabor this because my story is out there. But real briefly, was raised real poor in the South. And when I say real poor, we had food on the table. We never went without, but we weren't rich by no means. I come from a very hardworking family. Most of my family was in textile. Growing up, when I would see people like Perry Mason and Matlock on TV, I got the assumption I wanted to be a lawyer, and I didn't understand why. But I saw people making good money, dressing up, and got to speak for a living. And I knew that's what I always wanted to do. And so I just assumed you had to be a lawyer to do that. And as I grew up, I understood more and more, that you had other options than just being an attorney, which I do enjoy the law, and I do enjoy, I studied business law in college. But nevertheless, my first real job outside of working for family, because I was working since I was 8 years old, was in high school working at a local McDonald's. And a guy that had been trained and was the protege of Zig Ziglar came in, and long and the short, he recruited me into the door-to-door waterless stainless steel cookware sales business. His name was Larry Reichard. He came in and he says, you're worth more than what they're paying you. And of course, I looked at him and it made me feel awkward. And, I tried to obfuscate and just sort of deflect and get out of the conversation. He said it 2 or 3 times. And I finally just pointed at my manager and said, I know that, you know that, but why don't you talk to her? And then he said, she'll never pay you what you're worth because it's not her business nor job to worry about your best interest. And he says, if you ever want to make what you are worth, you'll have to work for yourself. And then he walked off with a sandwich. Well, I was about to go on break, and I went over and saw him in the dining room and sat down right beside him. Well, I didn't sit down beside him, but I walked by him. I said, I just want to say thank you for the encouragement, and I really appreciate it. And I was about to walk off to eat my lunch, and he said, sit down beside me and let's talk. Long and the short, he recruited me into sales. He recruited me into being an entrepreneur, and he poured all of these years of being with Zig Ziglar, he poured right into me. And so it was a Kairos moment for me. It was a life-altering moment. It changed courses, I believe, of where I was headed. And then I went into the music business and worked for people for years. And then I started my own music business, became very successful, owned a large piano company, a wholesale piano company, trucking company, fulfillment company. I was a millionaire before I was at age 30. And then in 2008, when the housing market crashed, it sucked me down with it to the point I lost my house, lost everything that was of any worldly value, lost it all, and found myself standing in line trying to get food just so I could feed my family. Went from being one of the wealthiest people in a community to a person basically with their hands out asking for food. Went from having the world by the tail to going to Walmart and trying to apply for a job and not getting hired because they said I was overqualified, which I just thought was ridiculous. Went from going out to L.A. 2 and 3 times a year and going to San Diego and Elizabethtown, Kentucky, Stony Point, New York, going all over because I had warehouses all over the country, flying, making meetings, talking to the president of Suzuki, talking to the president of Costco USA, having big $1 million contracts, to finding myself on my knees trying to hustle and sell Rainbow vacuum cleaners in '08. So my crash was hard. It left a lasting imprint on me. And long and the short, someone was hearing me talk about Rainbow and had known me and blah, 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 recruited me into the insurance business in the end part of '08, starting of '09. Got into insurance, recognized real quick that in the insurance and financial planning sector and space, they're great about knowing the products. Listen, they trained me well. I can tell you everything about an index UL, an annuity, a whole life, term life, IRAs, 401ks, health insurance products. You know, I'm credentialed in all of it. But I figured out real quick after going to school, getting my credentials, getting educated, buying this training, getting this license, $2,500 later, I had a lot of stuff, but I didn't have a business. Okay. I had the credentials. I had the authority given to me by the local government and the federal government to offer products, goods, and services in that industry, but I didn't have my client. I didn't have the first client to speak to. So really, I didn't have a business, right? And so long and the short, I met a guy up in Chicago when I was doing training on sales. He turned me on to some things that he was working on, and I already had some products and strategies I had in my suitcase. And lo and behold, I built a marketing system that I used to basically put myself in Fiji, put myself in all these different trips I've won, sold over $500,000 in premium for a whole life product by a company out of Canada. And long and the short, made a comeback because I had a marketing strategy. I had a marketing system, and then I would bring agents on, recruit them to sell in my agency, equip them with my system, my marketing system, and then went on to eventually build a whole marketing agency that sells all different types of products, goods, and services, even our own software. And that's where we're at today. So how to earn money from home? You need a product, you need good people, and you need a good process. If you have those 3 things, you can work from home right now and be wildly successful. You need a viable product. Listen, I know that there's guys out here that you're probably listening right now and you're in some type of network marketing, multi-level marketing business. I'm not trying to criticize it. I'm not trying to put it down. I'm not trying to discourage you. I think you should do whatever you got your hands to as best you can. But when I pick a product, I want a product that is a viable product that people almost have to buy rather than me have to sell. In other words, the product value proposition is so compelling that it doesn't take much to sell it. I'm being honest, I'm being a little lazy. The reason I don't sell so much individual insurance anymore is because insurance is sold and not bought. You have to talk someone into understanding, or at least educate them on the fact that they're not going to live forever, that they need a life insurance product, or they need this product, or they need that product. In other words, it's a product that has to be sold. So if you're out there and you got pills, thrills, lotions, and potions, you have to go out and recruit your friends, your family, and your foes to try to sell it. The product is not as strong as it could be. Let me just say that. You could put another product in. Well, what's a product that everybody would want? Well, everyone wants financial freedom. Everyone that's already in business needs a marketing system. People like me that's used to dropping $450 to do a 1,000-piece mailer to only get 5 to 10 respondents out of that. You show us a system for the same amount of money can give us unlimited leads. Listen, it will sell itself, okay? It's just you've got to get out of the way and get in front of them and educate them on the value proposition. The other thing is people. If your product is very limited, on, who you can speak to about it. It's not as viable as a business opportunity as it needs to be. Like, you've heard me say it in this webinar. You've probably heard me say it if you've listened to any of my other webinars. If I'm in a business that I have to go out and pester my friends, my family, and my foes to try to buy my products, goods, and services, I don't want to be in that business, okay? I don't want to call it my natural market. I don't want to pester people at school or at church or coworkers and to sign them up for this shake or this lotion or whatever. Now, here again, I'm not downing any of that. I'm just saying, for me personally, for a viable business opportunity that's going to be here today, tomorrow, and the next day, this is the reason why I've been able to do this for 5 years and make a high six-figure income. And it's because I'm not having to depend on local markets and local people. Okay? It's a viable product. And then if there's a process that will get you in front of the right people, then you have a business opportunity that you're going to be able to earn a high income. And that's the proposition we're giving you tonight. So how does our reps, which are our friends, earn a lot of money? Well, number one is in our call center. With our business opportunity, one of the things that you have is access to 3 different call centers, okay? People calling you not having to call them. And the second way our reps make money in our system is what we call push marketing. For the first few years of me having this system, what I was doing was what's called push marketing. I was using the system to get a product, good, or service out in front of a targeted audience that needs, wants, and can afford and desires what I'm offering, and doing it in an automated fashion where I'm not having to go one by one, but a system is doing that for me, and then capturing the people that's responding, sending them through a sales process, what we call in the business a sales funnel. It's totally automated. So quick, and I'll give you an example of how that works as we go on. So our call center, there's 3 different call centers. When you join our business, you're put in our general call center. And the way that works is you've got the system, you've taken some of the training, you've got the software so you can mess with it and understand it so you can answer questions, and then you're put in our general call center, and we have calls coming in 24/7 around the world, okay? And you take those calls. You read the script, you close the sale, and you make money. Then we have a private call center. Now, why would you want a private call center? In our general call center, we can't control the traffic. Some days you'll get a few calls. Some days you'll get several calls. It's all over the map. Can't control it because who knows how many agents are on at that point? Who knows how many people are calling in at that time that agent's on? So there's so many variables in a general call center environment we can't control, but we give that to you totally free. It comes with our business. Then you have a private call center. The private call center is where we set you up a private extension in my personal call center. I go out and do marketing specifically for your extension, and I put ads all over the internet, from social media to job posting sites to banner ads to keyword searches. We do a lot of stuff, and we drive at least 50 calls to you at a rate of $1 a call, okay? Our average agent closes 1 sale out of 25 calls. So average agent on 1 call booster, which is $50, you get 2 sales. That's the average. Now, we have some that do better. We have some that do worse, okay? But that's the average. And then you have a personal call center. That's the call center that you develop yourself because you have every single piece of technology we have to create and drive traffic to calls. Okay, so you'll have 3 call centers. The general, that's free. We get you started there first, get your feet wet. Our private call center, where you're paying just a little bit for marketing to get more calls in, so just to drive up your income even more. And then the third stage is when you've gotten more sophisticated to the point where you can do it all on your own. And you're like me, where I know if I put $50 or $100 in this campaign and I call out this day, I'm going to make $1,500 to $2,500 that day. Okay, it happens. People do it every day. I do it. Okay, so that's the beauty of our call center portion to our business. So we have 3 different levels that you would be selling as a call center rep. You have a $497 package, a $997 package, and a $2497 package. In the $497 package, it gives all the call center software, and it gives you the referral marketing package so you can do push marketing. That's where you get hooked up with companies like Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS, all these insurance companies, all these technological companies like Apple and all this other stuff. You get that package, you get the software, you get everything. You can start taking calls, reading scripts, making sales. You can start using the software to do push marketing, making money. That's what you'll get for $497. That's what you would be selling at $497. Okay, and then we have the $997 package. When you sell it, they get everything we just talked about, plus training on how to do referral marketing, because a lot of people, this is first time they're new at that concept, so they have that. Plus they get enrolled into our Eagles Landing Mastermind group, which you've already get training with the first package, but you get a higher end and higher level of training with the second package. And then our third package is you get all of that plus a mobile website just like mine with what we call a suite of marketing and retargeting software. We call it the Mr. Suite, but it's a very high sophisticated marketing system that's on the back end of our mobile site that you get access to. These are the packages. Whether you buy into our system tonight and spend any money, by the way, you don't have to spend one dime to get started, and you get the resale rights to this if you want to join as an affiliate. But if you join as a franchise rep, your income portion is higher and you get placed in our inbound call center. Okay, so that's the packages you get to sell when you're taking calls in our call center and selling it to the general public, and you sell it as a tool or as a business opportunity. And it's a beautiful compensation package. Every time you sell one of our packages, the $497, that's the base model, you make $400. If you sell it as a tool, then you're selling it to them, you make $400. You sell it to the next person, you make $400, okay? If you are selling it as a business opportunity, this is where it gets really sweet, because we set this up because, keep in mind, I come from the insurance background. So we want to incentivize you to come along other business people that want to do this as a business. Maybe they're not wanting to do it as a tool, just buying the software to use to do referral marketing, their own marketing, whatever, but they want to actually use this as a business opportunity. So you sell it to someone, and then they sell it to a person, they make $400. They sell it to the next person, they make $400. On their third sale, it's passed up to you. Why? So that you are being paid to bring them on, to train them, to answer their questions when they have questions and all that, and to build a business. And then we also, that's the base model, the $400. Remember, there's upgrades. At $997, instead of making $400, you make $700. If you sell the $24.97 package, instead of making $700, you make $1,200. Okay? So, and you have access to every single one of those packages at any time. You can sell it. Okay? And the only thing that's passed up is the base. So if on the third sale you sell a $997 package, then you're going to pass up the $400 sale, but the $300 still comes to you. So the upgrades are never passed up. They go directly to the selling agent. But the base portion of that marketing package that you're selling, you either make the $400 or your upline makes the $400. And beyond that, there's a residual part of this. You make $50 a month for every person you bring in every month that they keep the system. And I will tell you, the way you're going to win the race to financial freedom is get into any business model that has a residual portion to it. That's the reason I got into insurance, because there's going to come a day that maybe you want to go on vacation. And I'll show you in a minute how I went on vacation and kept making money while I was on vacation. Okay. So how our reps earn money is, number one, they're in that call center and they're selling that system, making money. Number two, they're using the system. Okay. So not only is this a business opportunity, but it's also a tool. So some of you out there either want to buy this or you want to sell this as just a tool to do push marketing for vendors we get you contracted with directly, or push marketing for your own business. Okay. So what is push marketing? Right here, I'm going to show you the back end of our referral marketing package. And we've got several different companies. I'm only going to deal with the ones that are in the United States. Okay. And I've got several different categories: automotive, business opportunity, dating, e-commerce, education, giveaways, legal, insurance. Let's just go for the free stuff, because my attitude is this: if you can't give something away, you definitely can't sell it. When I go into the freebie section, I see all of these different freebies. I can give away iPhones for an iPhone drawing. Every time I have someone join that, I make $2.10. Whether they do anything, buy anything or not, all they're doing is filling out a survey, and every person I sign up to do that survey, they're paying me $2.10 to give away or to enter people into these iPhone giveaways. So there's several things back here that you've got like that. I want to show you an illustration. This was what I did in 7 days just with one particular campaign. This was with State Farm. What I did was I called out and I said, hey, this is Terry. I'm an agent in your area. I'd like to save you money on your auto insurance. If you got time to talk to me, press 1 now. When they pressed 1, they didn't speak to me. They went over to a call center I already had a contract with set up in our referral marketing, and they paid me, I think this one was like $7.50 or $10, something like that. And whether they bought anything or not, whether they got auto insurance from them or not, they paid me to drive that traffic. See, I have a tool to get the leads. I have a tool to call the leads, and I have a tool to transfer it over, and all the training, everything. It's simple stuff. It's all done in the back office. That's how when I went on vacation, my system was sitting there making money for me while I was gone. Now, people ask me all the time, is this just pie in the sky? Does this really work, Terry? Well, here is my income statement in May. Now, there's a reason why I'm showing this one in May. Remember, there's 2 ways to make money in my system. You can use it or you can resell it. In that top thing there, you'll see that I made $11,100 selling the system in the month of May. Okay? Using the system, I made $18,843. That's doing that referral marketing. Okay. Why do I show you May? Because right there's my personal Facebook page where all in the month of May, I ended up in Typhoon Lagoon down at Myrtle Beach. And you can see right there, Myrtle Beach, listen to me, in Florida. That's April the 25th we landed there. So it was a little bit longer than just May. And then I want to show we went on, a cruise. We went to Disney. We went to Clearwater, Florida. We just enjoyed ourselves for about 6 weeks. There's the cruise ship we were on, okay? And you can see that there's May 23rd, so from April the 25th, going to May, blah, 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 and that's us taking off for a 7-day cruise. So I did not get back until the very end of May, 1st of June, and in that time period, made close to $30,000, okay? My system was totally automated. So why should you work for yourself? Plain and simple. No one cares about your financial being like you do, and they never will. Okay, that's just no political party, no business, no boss. I don't care if you got the best boss in the world. Every boss is an SOB. Now, what's an SOB? Don't let your mind go there. It's someone else's boss, some other boss. That's what an SOB is to me. Okay, I want to be my own boss. I don't need an SOB, some other boss. I want to be the boss. Okay, I want to say, Terry, you're doing a good job. I'm going to pay you this today. Okay, I want to be in an environment where I never have to go and ask, hey, am I doing a good enough job to get a raise? Or can I have time off because I really want to, and have to rationalize and justify why I should take time off to go see River play baseball, or I should take time off to go see my son play in a band, or I should take time off to be with my wife on a cruise. I don't want to live in that world anymore. I refuse to live in that world anymore. And what I'm giving you the opportunity tonight is to own your destiny. Now, I know a lot of you say, well, Terry, I don't have $500. I don't have $1,000. I don't have $2,500. Well, we have financing. And no matter where you're at on the credit scale, for the most part, depending on which state, we can't guarantee it, you can get finance for as low as $19 a month. Okay? $20 a month, you could start your own business. You could start owning your destiny. You could start winning the race to your own financial freedom. If you want to go to buytwleadsystem.com, you'll go to the bottom, click on the banners there for whatever type of financing you need. You know where you're at. It doesn't lower your credit scoring at all. They're going to do a brief overview and see what they can do based on the state you're in. This is not my companies. They're companies that work with us. They know that our people are applying for a business opportunity. If you want to go for that $2,500 package, you could probably get the payments down around $50 to $60 a month, okay, over a 3-4 year period at 6.73, okay? So there's good financing back there, and we've got financing that's got to be paid off in 30 days. It's a payday loan, just to be honest with you. But if you want to get started, there's different companies back there that will work with you and help you, okay? Now, I always get, well, I've heard that, different call centers work and different call centers don't. I read this on the internet, and, and it's like the old cliche that I saw on Facebook the other day where it had a picture of the president Abraham Lincoln, and it was a little meme, and it basically said you can't believe everything you read on the internet according to Abraham Lincoln, illustrating the point. Anybody can say anything, including me. I mean, verify and check and see what I'm saying is true. Okay. But this is let's see here. Let me go over here first. I got ahead of myself. Some of you don't have the money, don't want to spend the money, and I understand it. And I want to give you value tonight as well. We have free work-at-home job ops at terrywilson3.com/jobs. I have been paid as a recruiter from different companies to recruit people. Now, some of these aren't work-from-home opportunities. Some of these you have to go to Lowe's, or you have to go to Home Depot, or you'll have to do this. Some of these they're going to charge you $20 to put you in a pool of people that they have headhunters coming to, but the jobs that they're headhunting for are $50,000 and above. Okay, so it's well worth submitting your resume and getting it in there with them. Okay, it's legit, straight up stuff. It's not work from home jobs, but these are some things that I can offer you if you're just, hey, Terry, I appreciate the entrepreneurial spirit and the mindset that you got, but this isn't for me. Okay, if this is not for you, I understand it. I still want to give you value. I still want you to be a listener of our podcast. I still want you to be a member of our newsletter. I don't want you to get turned off and just walk away. I've got this for you as well. So take advantage of it, terrywilson3.com/jobs. But if you can foresee, spending $500 and taking off to a point where you can be making some serious money, more money than you can working for someone else, then there's where you want to be. That's what's going to take you to the promised land, folks. I'm just telling you. At buytwleadsystem.com. Not that I'm going to be able to, not that, we're this be-all, end-all, but the tools that we have is going to equip you to, even if you don't start using it the way we show, but you could go off in a different direction. Say, hey, I'm in mortgage, lending, and I want to call on mortgage clients. Or, hey, I've got a pizzeria, and I just want to sell pizzas. I need a system to get people calling me to order my takeout pizzas. We've got it for you, okay? But if you're that person at home that says, I want a viable product that gets me the people, and it has a process that it's already in place, I just got to plug and play. Voila. Here you go. buytwleadsystem.com. Now, back to people was asking about the call center. Here's just a recording. I did a screenshot of my call center today, 7/12 from 7/13, just to give you an idea of calls that's coming. I want to pick out one particular agent because he just came on. I want to show what some newer agents are doing. So let me get down here real quick and show his. This in the last 7 days. I want to run a report. This is what he's done today, and this was filmed at 12 o'clock today, by the way, guys. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, close to almost 100. I would say about 150 just in the last 7 days of people that he's spoken with. Okay. He's going to make $400 per sale if he sells just the base policy. Out of 150 people, he is going to sell at least 4 in the next 2 or 3 weeks. If he's calling on it, if he's following up and doing as he should, and I know he is, he's going to, because the average agent closes 1 out of 25 if they're doing due diligence. Now, I told you, why does agents get in our system and don't make sales? Well, they don't do what we tell them to. They don't use the system the way we show them. They don't use the methodologies. They come across pushy. They come across, hey, you got to do it today. They try all these, sales tactics and tricks that turns people off, that doesn't work in today's world, and they just don't use the system the way we show. We can't guarantee you success, folks, but I can tell you this: the software works the way I say it does. The system works the way I say it does. It's a viable product that gets you in front of people, and if you'll follow the process, you will be profitable. Okay? If you want to get involved, buytwleadsystem.com. That's where you need to go. But out of 150 calls in the last 7 days, I know this gentleman well. I've spoken with him on the phone several times. He's one of our elite members, which means he's got the $2,500 package. Listen, I will be shocked in the next 2 to 3 weeks if he's not making $4 to $5 grand just off of this first week. That's how you make $4 or $5 grand in 1 week. Now, it won't land all right now because, like I said, our sales cycle is usually about 2 to 3 weeks. But if he's doing due diligence and he is building his funnel, he's implementing the things that we're showing, using the tools that he just bought into, he's gonna be well served. Okay, so I've got time. Looks like I've gone for about a little longer than I expected tonight. I apologize, about 40 minutes. So I've got about 20 minutes to take as many questions as you have for me. So lay it on me.